Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Tilly and welcome back to another reading vlog. So this is a very exciting week because it's the week that I see Taylor Swift, which is so exciting. So as you probably can tell from the title, I intend to read some books that are very much inspired by Taylor Swift in order to prepare for the Eras tour. I also intend to take you with me in terms of prepping for the Eras tour. I've already got my eyebrows done. I don't know if anyone was able to tell, but I'm also going to take you with me when I go to London, as I'm going to be staying there for the weekend, so I'm hoping to get lots of b-roll and lots of footage for you guys. I will try and get some footage of the Eras tour themselves, although I will just be enjoying myself, as you can imagine, and also I'll have to take out any sound of any music to not get a copyright strike. But I'm so excited for this week and I'm really excited to take you with me, so hopefully you enjoy this video. Hi guys, it's now Thursday. Apologies I didn't end up filming anything yesterday. I just fancied a day off camera, but I did start Enchanted to Meet You by Cabot. I used to love Cabot books back in the day. I used to love the Mediator series. I used to love Princess Diaries. I think I have talked about it before, but I am so tempted to do a nostalgia reading video where I read some of my favourites from my childhood. But this one basically follows our main character Jess, who is a cottage wit. She also owns a boutique in town, and when she was younger she cast a disastrous love spell that went wrong, and then 15 years later Derek walks into her shop and tells her that she is the chosen one and that she's gonna save the world. I feel like it is very similar to The Ex-Hex, if you've read that, by Erin Sterling. I also feel like it's wanting to give Buffy vibes with the whole chosen one thing. As you may be able to see from my bookmark, I'm 130 pages in, and I would say that I'm finding it okay. I would say unfortunately it's nothing particularly special. I do think that maybe reading this in spooky season might give me the better witchy spooky vibes, but what I will say is it is a very easy read and you can definitely tell that it's going to be a romance, so I'm intrigued to see how the romance pans out and what it's like. We've also had a little hint of a fake dating, which is one of my favourite tropes, so I am quite intrigued again to see how that one pans out. Last night I also made some friendship bracelets as I was watching TV, so I now have a nice collection to take to the Eras tour. I do want to try and maybe make some more tonight if I've got time, but we will see. So it's the day before I head up to London. So just to explain, I'm heading up to London tomorrow to check into my hotel, grab some Eras merch, mainly because my hotel check-in is at 3 p.m. and I'm going to want to be at the Eras tour by then. So I thought I would stay an extra night, get an early night in London so that I can queue nice and early on Saturday. So I aim to head up to London tomorrow, probably morning or around lunchtime, head over to Wembley, grab some merch, hopefully that I can get the ones that I want, and hopefully the queues aren't too bad, but we will go together and we will see. Head back to Shoreditch, which is where I'm staying. I feel like I can say that by the time you're watching this I will have been and gone. I'm staying in a Premier Inn hub hotel, so again I will try and show you some footage of the room. I've stayed in a hub hotel before. They're fairly small, but the bed's comfy and it's a nice room, so it's exactly what I needed for the weekend. Today is also a very exciting day as I'm getting my hair done. I'm actually going for something a little bit different, so we're saying goodbye to the blonde for now, which is very scary. I feel very nervous about it, but also really excited. I've been a little bit bored of my hair for a little while, if I'm honest, so I'm really excited to be changing things up. I'm really hoping that it goes well and that it looks nice, so potentially the next time you see me I'm gonna have a different hair. Hi guys, so as you can see, quite a change to my hair. Hopefully the colour is showing up on camera. I also have got a fringe, which is quite unusual for me. I need to get used to styling the fringe a little bit better. I always find that when you go to a hairdresser it's always so much better when you style your hair yourself, so I'm excited to style this, especially for the Eras tour this weekend. I do have a couple of reading updates for you. So I finished Enchanted to Meet You. I ended up giving this one a 2.5 stars. Unfortunately I didn't love this one. I did find that this was almost trying to be The Ex-Hex by Erin Sterling, and I just wasn't invested. I didn't really care about the characters or the love interest or the plot twists or anything like that, so yeah, I don't think I would recommend this one, which is a shame as I used to love Meg Cabot's books, but maybe it's mainly for the nostalgia reason. I also started reading a book called Begin Again on my Kindle while I was getting my hair done, and I got to about 25%, and I must say that I'm really enjoying it. It's all about a girl that goes to university or to college, I think it is American, and we find out that her mum has passed away quite a long time ago, but she also attended the college and was quite a big deal there and hosted this secret radio station and was in lots of societies. We also find out that that's where our main character's boyfriend goes, and she's intending to surprise her boyfriend by saying that she's transferred. However, we find very early on that unfortunately her boyfriend had the exact same idea and he's transferred to where she was before. So there's been definitely a bit of miscommunication, so we've got that, but I would say that that's a very small part of the plot. It does seem to be more centred around the college, her sort of finding her way within the college so far, and her best friend is, I think, a bookish influencer, so that's been quite interesting. And as I said, I've been really enjoying it. However, I'm not very far into it. You might have gathered what the theme of this video is. As I said, it's reading books inspired by Taylor Swift, so books with a Taylor Swift lyric titles. So I'm not sure how much reading I will get done this weekend. As I said, it's Eras Tour's weekend. However, I do have a couple more books up my sleeve, so we will see. It's Taylor Swift weekend. It's come round so quickly. So this is probably the last clip I'm going to film on my camera before I switch to my phone, just because I don't want to take my camera to London for the weekend. I do feel my hair looks better today. Like I said, it always feels better when you're able to style it yourself. I prefer kind of like the messy look, especially sort of like a messy fringe. I think it just looks a lot better. So I'm so excited for this weekend, if you couldn't tell. So like I said, my plans for today is I'm going to be heading up to London, making my way over to Wembley to get some merch. I'm hoping it's a Friday, so I feel like it is probably going to be quite busy, although I'm hoping that people are still going to be at work by the time that I go up. I'm probably going to be up there at about sort of like 12-ish, maybe 12, 1 o'clock. Again, maybe people will be on their lunch break, but that's kind of like the time that I'm going to be up. And then I can check into my hotel from 3, so I will make my way over, check into my hotel. Again, I will try and share that with you, and then I will probably get some food while I'm up there. There's this place called Humble Crumble, which I really want to try after hearing really good things. It's basically what it says on the tin. It's like this really cool crumble place, so I'm really excited to try that. I also found out that there's a Fat Hippo up there. So Fat Hippo is a restaurant that we went to in Edinburgh. I say restaurant, it's kind of like a fast food type of chain, and they do this starter called Wachos, which is waffle nachos, and they were insane. So I'm really hoping I can get some of those. And then yeah, tomorrow is the Eras Tour, which feels so weird to say. I feel like I'm a mixture of excited and nervous, which is probably sounds a little bit weird. I'm obviously really excited, but also I'm nervous about the queuing situation, having to leave the queue to go to the toilet, the fact that I'm going to be in a queue all day and I won't be able to eat very much, and also, you know, nervous about, you know, where I'm in at the queue. I know people say that there's no bad seat at a Taylor Swift concert and you'll just enjoy the vibes, but I'm just a little bit nervous and I want to get, you know, as far to the front. You know, I want to have a decent view of her, so I'm a little bit nervous. I'm sure it will all be fine, and I'm also a little bit anxious about the amount of people that are going to be there, but I'm just trying not to think about that. But yeah, I'd say mainly excited. Hi guys, it's now Monday. Apologies for not updating the vlog since the weekend or speaking to the camera. As you can imagine, it was quite a busy weekend and quite surreal, and everything just happened so quickly. So I think I have got some footage from the weekend. I did try and take some B-roll. I don't know how much footage I've got. It's going to be fun looking back over it and editing it. But just to give you an overview, I headed up to London on the Friday, as I think I told you, just to go up, get my merch and kind of soak in the atmosphere early on the Friday. What I want to say is getting the merch was actually so easy and painless. There was lots of different booths that you could get merch from. I ended up getting the grey quarter zip, and I also got a sweatshirt, and I think the sizing, it is quite oversized, but I quite like the fact that it's quite oversized. Unfortunately, it's quite hot at the moment in the UK, so unfortunately it's a little bit warm to be wearing sweatshirts and jumpers, but I know I'm going to get so much wear out of them during the autumn and winter, and probably spring as well, let's face it. It was also amazing because there was lots of things to see around Wembley. They'd done a massive mural of Taylor's face. I think I've got some footage in to be able to show you that, as well as some steps with some cool artwork, and there was a sign, and yeah, it was just really cool being up there and seeing everyone's outfits. However, it was boiling hot on Friday, so I didn't hang around for too long and I wanted to check into my hotel. So I ventured over to Shoreditch, which was where I was staying. I stayed in a Premier Inn hub hotel. Again, hopefully I've got some footage to be able to show you, just in case you're interested. It actually was a really nice hotel, and it was a lot bigger than what I remembered. I don't know if the room sizes are slightly bigger in the Shoreditch one, but I had a nice big bed that was very comfy, a really good shower, and that's kind of all I needed for the weekend. And then on Saturday, it was the big day. I woke up at 5 AM, which I know is absolutely crazy, but I wanted to get ready and I wanted to be in that queue nice and early to hopefully get a good view. So I ended up joining the queue at about 7 AM. I grabbed myself a coffee beforehand because I don't know about you, but I can't do much without coffee, and also a massive bottle of water because I wanted to stay hydrated, especially as the day before had been really warm. The weather actually wasn't as nice. It was quite grey and drizzly, and it actually rained twice, so I'm really glad that I did actually bring my sweatshirt with me because I was using it to hold over my head and stay out of the rain, especially when I spent such a long time curling my hair in the morning. The queue actually went fairly quickly and everyone was super friendly. We were trading friendship bracelets and talking. I brought Uno with me, so we played a couple of rounds of Uno and we were moved a couple of times. But I think what most people are really worried about is, you know, as I was going to the toilet, going to get food, but no, they went round and sort of said, you know, you're in your area, so you get kind of split up. I don't know if there's like sort of like 10 of you in the particular area, and they sort of go around telling you to like look after each other. And of course, you know, everyone was really nice, or especially the people that were in my section. So we were like, yeah, absolutely, we'll look after each other. If you want to go wee or you want to get food, absolutely fine. Obviously don't leave for hours and hours on end, and also it's kind of annoying. There was a couple of people that did kind of sneak friends in later, which, you know, is slightly annoying when you've queued all day, but you know, it's one of those things, and I guess, you know, it can't be helped. Going through the turnstiles though, that was when the chaos started, and it was pretty hectic, and I'm not gonna lie, it was quite overwhelming. But I, like I said, made some friends during the queue time, and bless them, they saved me a seat which was right on a barricade. I cannot believe the spot that I got. It was right at the end where they do the surprise songs, but like I say, it was right at the front, so I had a really good view of Taylor when she was down in that section, but otherwise I could see quite a lot of the stage when she was in different sections. I could see the front, although she was kind of a little bit small, and I could see like parts in the middle, especially when they raised up the stage, so I had such a good view. The only thing I will say is I did have two 15-year-old girls behind me, and bless them, they were screeching the lyrics at multiple points. I absolutely understand wanting to sing your heart out. I sung my heart out during Taylor, but there is a big difference between singing your heart out and screeching or screaming the lyrics. So that was quite unpleasant, and I think if I was to go to a festival again, I definitely consider getting some earbuds. And I was really worried that some of the clips that I got, that you'd be able to hear it, and you can hear it in some of them, but for some of them my iPhone has done a pretty good job of managing to cut that out. But yeah, I can't believe I was so close to one of my favourite artists, or yeah, two of my favourite artists because of Paramore. So Griff opened. I hadn't really heard of Griff before. I recognised one of the songs that she played, but she was really good. She definitely got the crowd going. She played Girls Just Wanna Have Fun, which was a lot of fun. And then we had Paramore, who were absolutely incredible. They are just, especially Hayley, is just such an entertainer, and it was absolutely fantastic. I had such a good time. I remembered so many more of the words than I thought I would to all of their songs, and we were just dancing and having such a great time. The girls that I met in the queue were big Paramore fans as well, so we were dancing together, and I think you could tell Hayley was having such a good time because we were such a good crowd because a lot of us were quite big Paramore fans. Hayley was also right down our bit of the stage when they did The Only Exception, which was so fantastic. It was so nice to see, and I've got some really good clips of that. And then it was the main event when I saw Taylor, and oh my goodness, it was absolutely everything I hoped it would be and more. It was incredible, and just her, like I say, being right in front of me, like singing and dancing, and the show was just, I'm quite glad I didn't watch the Disney Plus version before going. I'd seen clips on TikTok, so I knew parts of it, but I didn't know any of the special effects, or there's little bits that happen in between the eras which I had no idea, so that was a really pleasant surprise, and the production value is just incredible, so it was just amazing, as you can imagine. And then the best thing happened. So if you're not aware, there's a part of Taylor's set where she does the surprise songs because you couldn't possibly include all of her songs in the Eras tour, so she kind of rotates songs in and out as part of a surprise song as part of the tour, or part of the set list I should say, not part of the tour. And so we got Thank You Amy mixed with Mean. I have been a Taylor Swift fan since debut, so hearing Mean was just absolutely fantastic. It was so good to hear that, and Mean just reminds me of my teen years, listening to that and thinking of all the mean people that were mean to me during that time. And then the most crazy thing happened. She pulled out Hayley Williams to come and do a duet with her, and if you're not aware, she hasn't done a duet with Hayley since 2011, so I feel so grateful and so thankful that I got to witness that. As I said, I love Taylor Swift, I love Paramore, so to be there, it was just so magical and fantastic. So it was definitely a highlight, and like I say, it was just so amazing. I don't know how much more I can say other than it was just incredible and one of the best days of my life. So yeah, getting out was an experience. We ended up walking to Wembley Central. I think it was slightly better than going to the main Wembley tube station. If you didn't know, there's a couple of tube stations at Wembley. One is slightly further away, and that's the one we opted to, although quite a lot of other people had the same idea, so it was still fairly crowded. Also, the tubes were messed up because of course they did. The transport for London is not always fantastic. So basically I got to the tube station and they were like, this is the last train, everyone needs to get on. So you can imagine everyone just piled on this train and pushed and shoved, and it was horrendous. It was awful. I think I was still riding a little bit of the high of Taylor, but also I just wanted to get home and get back to my hotel and get into bed. And also the tube that I was meant to get was cancelled, so I did go speak to the guard, who was, to be fair, really lovely, and he told me where to go, but he did say it would be a 15-minute walk from the tube station to my hotel, which I didn't feel particularly great about, especially London at night. I don't know about you, but I just didn't feel particularly safe doing that. So I had a little look, and an Uber was only £20, so I was like, I'm just gonna get an Uber from that tube and then get home, and I'm so glad I did. One, it was quicker. Two, I felt a lot safer, and yeah, I just basically passed out or fell asleep when I got back. Although I did wake up in the middle of the night wanting to look at all my clips and pictures and things like that, so I did spend some time going through those, and it just brought it all back. I don't know about you guys, but when I was there, I got a little bit emotional when she played Marjorie, which, for obvious reasons, and also for All Too Well. Don't ask me why I got emotional for that song. I don't know, maybe because I've heard it so much and it means so much, and I don't know why I got so emotional. Completely emotional until after it. Like, I can remember I was looking through all of like the clips and the videos and things like that, and I just started crying, and I don't know why it didn't hit me until then, but yeah, so that's a fun fact. And then yesterday I just like had little aftershocks of feeling really emotional about it. So I don't know if it's because when you're in there it's like the adrenaline and stuff like that, and then it hits you. And I know some people might think it's really silly to, you know, be really emotional over an artist, but when it's someone you followed since you were like 12, 13 and they mean so much to you and their music means so much to you, then yeah, of course you're gonna feel emotional. And then yeah, yesterday I headed home. Tim put me up from the station, which was really kind of him, and I just felt really groggy. I almost felt hungover. I think it was quite dehydrating, obviously singing all night. They did give us lots of water and they were constantly handing out water to people, which was really kind. But yeah, I definitely felt very groggy, but I was just going through my clips, editing them for Instagram. I've got lots of my stories, so if you're interested, my Instagram is always linked down below. But yeah, other than that, I don't really know what else to tell you, other than, as you can probably tell from how buzzing I am, it was absolutely incredible and amazing. And if you're a Taylor fan and you get a chance, I would 100% take it. I was so umming and ahhing about it at the time because it was so much money, but I'm so glad that Tim basically pushed me and was like, she's your favourite artist, go watch her, you'll regret it if you don't. So I'm really glad that he pushed me and got me to do it. In terms of reading updates, as you can imagine, I haven't read a lot this weekend. I did end up finishing Begin Again, which I ended up really loving actually. It was a really lovely coming of age, university, finding yourself kind of story. Had a bit of a love interest, a bit of drama, and I really liked it. I think I ended up giving it a 3.5 stars, which I know is maybe not reflective of that. I mean, it is a YA, so it's written like a YA. There were some things that I didn't love about it, and I did find it a little bit predictable and a little bit too cheesy, but I would really recommend it if you think it sounds like your cup of tea. It is quite well written and I did quite enjoy it. I think I am going to end the vlog here, even though I think I only read 2 books for this video. It was also to commemorate my Eras tour experience and capture it mainly for my own memories, but also hopefully if you are Swifties as well, you have enjoyed this video. If you have enjoyed it, please remember to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next one. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.